Have you ever felt like healing should be straightforward, but instead it feels like a roller coaster? Well, you're not alone. Healing isn't linear, and we're here for the ride. Welcome to Two Therapists Walking to a Podcast. I'm Robin Green, LCSW.
And I'm Stephanie Etzel, LCSW. We are two licensed therapists who love deep conversations, breaking down the science of healing, and making sense of this messy, non-linear thing we call life.
We know therapy can sometimes feel intimidating, or let's be honest, kind of clinical, but healing doesn't have to be cold and sterile. We're here to talk about mental health in a way that's relatable, grounded, and even a little fun.
Expect a mix of science, real-life application, and conversations that feel like sitting with your favorite therapist, but without the copay.
We're covering everything from trauma responses to nervous system regulation, attachment, boundaries, and all the aha moments we wish more people had about healing.
And today, in this first episode, we are diving into why we started this podcast and what you can expect from us.
So let's start with why we're here. I think we both had the experience of sitting with clients, watching light bulb moments happen, and thinking more people need access to this kind of insight.
Yes, there's something powerful about understanding your nervous system, your patterns, and realizing you're not broken. You're just wired in ways that make sense based on your experiences.
Exactly. And while therapy is amazing, not everyone has access to it. Or maybe they're just nervous to start. So think of this podcast as a space to explore those ideas, learn new things, and get some solid tools along the way.
And don't worry, we're not here to shit all over you. No, you should do this, or just think positive. We know healing is layered, messy, and not a one-size-fits-all situation.
All right, so let's talk about what this podcast will actually look like.
Each episode, we'll take a deep dive into a specific topic like nervous system regulation, why some coping skills don't actually work, or the real meaning of boundaries.
We'll break down the science of mental health, talk about real life applications, and challenge common mental health myths along the way.
Some episodes will just be us. And in the future, we might bring in guests, other therapists, healers, or people with lived experience who can add to the conversation.
And we want to hear from you. We'll be answering listener questions, diving into topics you want us to explore, and keeping this as interactive as possible.
So if you're someone who wants to understand yourself better, learn how to navigate stress and relationships, and feel less alone in your healing process, this podcast is for you. In this first series, we're laying the foundation for healing, breaking down what trauma does to the brain and body, what real regulation looks like, and what it doesn't, and why healing isn't a straight line. Whether you're just starting your journey or deep in the work, these episodes will give you the science, the tools, and the validation you need to keep going.
We're so excited to get started. Our first full episode drops April 4th, 2025, so be sure to follow us on your favorite podcast platform and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. We'll be talking about your brain on trauma, why you react the way you do, essentially the neuroscience behind trauma responses.
Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you like what you heard today, share with a friend or leave us a review. It really helps new listeners find us.
You can also follow us on Instagram at Two Therapists Walking to a Podcast for updates, behind-the-scene content, and extra resources to go with each episode.
Until next time, remember, healing isn't linear, and we're here for the ride.